Good afternoon, Mike Langerfeld here. I found another interesting article in the neuroscience news, so I thought I'd bring that to you. This finding is on neuronal activities in the sensorimotor cortex. Those neurophysiologists of you out there are familiar from recording from this area. This is a study out of the University of Freiburg. It is an interdisciplinary team of researchers at the University of Freiburg, and they have found some important clues about the functioning of the somatosensory cortex. Now, this is researchers that involve the work of groups of computer scientists headed by Dr. Thomas Bronx from the University of Freiburg, and then neuroscience professor Dr. Daniel Dershowitz from the Central Institute of Mental Health in Mannheim. And what these findings were is about the neural activity in the sensorimotor cortex area of the brain, and then they expect this to be helpful for further development and use of so-called neuroprosthesis, those prosthetics that have function to them and even sense to them. In particular, the researchers found a clear gradient for a contralateral bias and from anterior to posterior. Those of you who are familiar with recording EEG know that we see that often, an anterior to posterior gradient. Some of the previous findings on sensorimotor cortex are mostly based on, according to this article, are mostly based on highly constrained stereotyped movements in the laboratory setting. And so this research was currently working using recording on freely moving subjects using 3D tracking and addressing the question of the transferability of knowledge about the neural control of movements from constrained behavior to freely moving conditions. So this was some pretty neat article. I'll put a link down below and you can read it for yourself, and I hope you enjoy it. Talk to you soon.